What's happening, people? What's going on with you? What is going on? I hope this thing is working tonight. I don't know because, oh my God, man, just trying to change the phone number. I got a new phone, right? And we had to change. But we had to change my phone number on all of these on the credit cards, and what it took to get my Chase and what is it, Capital One, boy, y'all are something else, man. I understand. No, I get it. I don't get me wrong, people. I understand. We want to try to be as safe as we possibly can be. I get that. I understand that. But oh my God. Oh my God. This is crazy. I don't think in a few more years I'm going to be. I understand. No, I do. I understand why elderly people are as grumpy as they can when things start changing. When you're just used. I'm used to calling up, or if I want to pay, I pay for my bills. I go on. I've gotten to the point to where I don't write checks anymore. My wife got me out of that. We went completely paperless, which I don't like, but I gave in because no, seriously, man. Up to about a year or two ago, I was still writing checks and sending it through the mail, man. Had the stamps, the whole nine. I was not going to break. My wife kept wanting to do this, go paper all this here stuff. Oh, I can just pay it on my phone, and I can do this and I can do that. And I'm like, you know what? If this way is working, why change? I just didn't want to change. And now I go, like I had to pay for this here, for this live stream, right? So that's due. I had to pay for it every year. So it's due every single year. Dude, so we go on there, we have to change the phone number on one of our credit cards. It took, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding you. That's all I got to say is Chase, Bank, Capital One. You can get mad at me. Y'all can get mad at me if you want to. That's fine with me. I just ask that if you're going to take my money, when I call in to speak to somebody, I would like to understand what the hell they're saying. No, man. I don't care. Y'all can say what you want. You can call me what you want. I really don't give a jack. But if I'm having a conversation with you, please, can I understand what you're asking me for? No, man. That's just pathetic. I don't care. Y'all can say what you want. Say what you want. Put it the way you want. Totally up to you. But only thing I ask is when I'm having a conversation and I'm trying to give you my phone number, and when you're asking all of these security questions and I'm getting them wrong because I don't understand you, and then you kind of get mouthy with me on the phone. No, I'm the customer. I'm a customer. Anyway, what's going on, people? What's happening? Man, a completely full day. A completely full day. But anyway, like I said, I'm running late because I had to pay for this thing. And literally these people, my wife been on the phone with them forever, trying to get these credit cards situated and this canceled and that canceled and phone numbers and all this here type of stuff. And I'm sitting here going, we've been dealing with these people for almost 45 minutes. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So I understand. So I will give the elderly some type of leadway from now on. Because I get it. No, seriously, I get it now. I understand why they always got that look on their face like, try me. Try me today. I'm gonna get that look on my face. Try me today. It's all you have to do. Man, I hope everybody had an awesome weekend. It was beautiful out today. Beautiful, beautiful out today. So, where do we start? I don't even know where to start. There's so much, man, seriously, there's so much going crazy. I think I'm going to start here. You know what? Let me start here. Hold on. I'm going to go over to my Facebook page because somebody said something. And I want to make sure I address what they said. All right. And I'll give you the premise of where I'm going with this. So I gotta make sure my black folks, sometimes they ask questions that they don't really want answers to. They just ask it just to be asking, right? That's just how I see it. So some of you know. If you didn't, let me catch you up to speed. What's her name from TLC, Chili. So Chili kind of messed up a little bit, right? Chili decided that instead of her coming out, well, what happened was, so they found out that Chili was MAGA. They found out that Chili had been giving money to MAGA and Donald Trump. And everybody was upset. But a lot of people want to act like they don't understand why black folks are upset. It's simple. Now, let's say Kelly Clarkson, right? Is her name Kelly Clarkson? What's that little country girl name y'all like? Y'all in love with? Not Kelly, not Kelly Clarkson. What's the other one? There's another little country girl you guys are just so in love with. Well, let's say that little country girl decided that, you know what? I'm going to go and hang out with Kamala Harris. Or I'm going to go, I'm not even going to go that far. She says that she's a singer and she decides to go hang out with Taylor Swift. MAGA would be pissed. You'd be pissed. You'd be upset. You'd be mad. I'm trying to think of that little white girl, little blonde white girl. You guys, she's a mega star and she's MAGA. But let's say she went over there and started dealing with Taylor Swift. Y'all would be pissed, and you know you would be. You would be highly upset. Why would you be upset? You know why? Because you made her. You made her in who she is. Right? That's what you would be. You'd be, I bought her music. I did this. This is what I expect of her. That's her name. Underwood. There you go. That girl. That one. Carly Underwood. Y'all know. You know. Thanks, James. That's why I like James. Y'all know as well as I do that if that little white girl start hanging out with Taylor Swift, if that little white girl start talking about resist, I got to show you I got my resist shirt in the other day. I completely forgot to put it on so I can show you. It's cool. It's cool. Anyway. But if that little white girl start talking about resist, she start talking about, Democrat this. If she would have been on stage, if she would have made a surprise appearance with Bruce Springsteen, that little white country girl, if she would have been here in the state of Minnesota with Bruce Springsteen, and she would have walked on stage, MAGA would have lost y'all would have went berserk. You'd have lost your mind. Some of y'all probably would have went and jumped off 35W. Yes, you would have. Don't sit there and act like I ain't wake up yesterday. You know exactly what I'm talking about. If that little white girl, Miss Underwood, in any way, if y'all find out that she gave money to Barack Obama, or she gave money to Harris, in any way, shape, or form, if she was to take a picture, if they was to take a picture of like those pictures of Melania Trump where she's naked, if this woman would have retweeted something that a Democrat said of those pictures, y'all would have been pissed. Because what Chili from TLC did, she retweeted that crap that y'all right-wingers, Republicans, have been always saying that Michelle Obama is a man. Chili retweeted that. If Miss Underwood would retweet something about Melania, you would have lost your damn mind, and y'all know you would have. It would have been, she would have been canceled. She would have been like Bush Beer or Anheuser-Busch. Y'all tried to cancel them. She would have been like Cracker Barrel when they took the white man off. Y'all would have canceled that white girl. You know it, you know it, you know it. Don't sit there and try to act like I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't do it. Stop it. You would have canceled that woman. So it's the same thing with TLC. So hold on. I'm talking to my Facebook people right now. The ones on Facebook who want to act like they don't understand what I'm talking about. They won't play silly with me. I like being silly. I like when y'all do that. So Don Allen, and I like Don. I'm on Don's show. Don Allen say, "Are you saying she doesn't have a choice who she likes?" Didn't say that. I never said that she don't have a choice who she likes. She can like whoever she want to. But she better be prepared that if they done brought her up, just like they brought up Carrie Underwood, if they brought her up, she better be prepared to tell the truth. She lied. She lied. Then Loretta Arredondo say, "I think that's exactly what they're saying." She said, "I guess all black people have to be Democrats." No, they don't. You don't know. See that y'all do this stuff to me, and then I got to correct you. All black people don't have to be no damn Democrat. Byron McDonald isn't a damn Democrat. Only thing you have to say, if you're gonna go over there and call yourself MAGA, then stay the hell over there. Black folks made TLC. Black folks did. And you know that. Y'all just want to act silly with me. Don't be silly. Don't know. I can get silly. I'm a silly person sometimes. Loretta? That's not what's going on here. That woman was made by the black community. But yet, I'm going to give, hold on, 300,000 black women, Trump kicked them to the curb, and TLC, Chili from TLC, is going to give money to that? Are you out your mind? If Carrie Underwood said, "You know what? I don't know what a woman is," Mega would lose their damn mind. She said, "You know what? Transgender men should be in sports." Mega would lose their mind. So when TLC wants to spit and piss on the black community, you damn right they gonna cancel her ass. That's what that's about. That's what that's about. If we make you. Now, I've always believed in what Malcolm X says when it comes to these damn celebrities. Name one celebrity. You know, we got, watch this. True story. We got a football team here, black people on that football team. We got a basketball team here, black people on that basketball team. We ain't got too many black people on the baseball team. We got a few blacks on the soccer team. But what I'm saying is we got we got a black dude. Oh, hold on the hockey team too. All these millionaires we got in here in Minnesota and North Minneapolis, and we hurt the way we do the black community. These celebrities don't give a damn about you. They don't give a flying jack about you. I asked Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith running around here doing this, saying that. I said, how many people in the community have you had on your platform? I ain't heard from him. Not that I expect Stephen A. Smith to answer little old me. He's a $20 million man that does and say whatever he wants. They got Jason Whitlock always talking about him. But the bottom line, what I'm saying, these damn athletes don't give a damn about they. Listen, my grandfather said, and I'm going to talk about him a lot tonight because we're going to get into the whole black Republicans when it switch. We're going to get into that tonight a little bit. But my grandfather was like, the way things were supposed to work is we was to send black people from the South to the North, right? We're going to send you to the North. You're going to go. You're going to get things started. And then you're going to come back and then you're going to get some more black folks, and you're going to bring them up north. Just like the railroad, the Underground Railroad, right? You come and get us out of the South. And that's the way that things were supposed to work. And then we got them uppity Negroes that got up into Detroit, Chicago, and all that, and got good jobs, and then didn't want to come back. That's what these damn celebrities, that's what these celebrities and these athletes are. We put all of this time into these athletes. Hell, some of these athletes are protected by gangs because these gangs know that they're about to be somebody. So they make sure these gangs. But what I'm saying is these athletes, we send them off. They're supposed to do good. The community takes care of them. And the minute they get them big houses, you don't hear from them or see them no more. You don't hear from them or see them no more. I don't know what I can't say, but I'm just saying. I ain't never heard of Nick Cannon doing anything for the black community. I haven't heard of it. Maybe I'll look into his givings and where he puts his money, but I ain't never heard of it. I haven't heard TLC. I haven't heard Chili from TLC doing anything for. These athletes don't do nothing for the black community. Nothing. So when she's running around here now going, oh no, I'm not mega. I'm not mega. Because she knows she's about to get canceled because black folks are sitting here going, whoa, we made you. And everything we think about, the eraser of black history is what's going on. Project 2025, and y'all know it. You know exactly what they're doing. Black men right now, the unemployment for black men is skyrocketing. High as all get up. That's why Chili right now is doing everything she possibly can do to make sure people sits there and say that she's not mega. She ain't got nothing to do with mega. The same thing Carrie Underwood would be doing the same thing if they put a label on her. If white folks went after her, the same thing. And y'all know it as well as I do. So this ain't got nothing to do with, do she have a right? Yeah, she's got every right. She could be a Stacey Dash. Where's Stacey Dash? Stacey Dash was y'all hero. I remember when Stacey Dash went mega. Y'all was loving some Stacey. Where's she at now? Where's she at? Where's all of those Negro, black, so-called house Negro influencers y'all have running around there? Where they at? Y'all use them for as long as you can, and then you get rid of them. I think Ludacris, wasn't Luda? Luda was another one. Luda was like, no, bro, I. Luda dropped off. I think Nelly hung out. I don't think Nelly's show is coming back on. Ain't nobody watching Nelly and whatever that girl name is. I forgot her. She be with Ja Rule all the time. She be singing with Ja Rule, but she did a comeback. Ain't nobody watching Nelly's show no more. Nelly done. Nelly done. Especially in the black community. We can't make you, and then you go and literally stick a pitchfork in our back. So Chili can be mega all she want. Go for it. Go and be mega. But tell the truth. Just come out and say, look, I voted for Donald Trump. I'm mega now. Go on the stage with Drewski. Go on the stage with what's her name? Do all of that. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. Embrace it. But don't get on here talking about, I made a mistake. My fingers, that's a damn, look. My fingers ain't never, ever, even when I'm talking to my grandkids and if I'm playing with my phone at the same time, I can't honestly sit here and say that I have ever pushed a button that shouldn't have been pushed. Now, misspelling words because 99.9% of the time, I'm not texting, I'm not, typing. I'm talking into this thing and I get my autocorrect and I just hit send. I don't read it. I don't. People always getting on me. Oh, you spelled that wrong. I don't care. If the autocorrect didn't catch it, then it's right. Period, point blank. But Chili gonna be all right. Chili is going to be all right. Right? So, Nick Cannon, Cannon Man. So Nick Cannon had some things to say. And in those things to say, hold on, let me get to this dude's. I want to get to his page because I want to make sure. Like I said, I don't like saying anything. Oh, that's my John Justice. So John Justice. I told John Justice I was free. I was like, John, I'm free. Won't you bring me on your show? Won't you bring me on? I've done John Justice show before. Not John when John was with his sidekick, right? It was after his sidekick left that, John was like, I don't have to have that I've got two Negroes. I got two house Negroes. I don't want a field Negro on here because I put a field Negro on my show. Then he's going to start telling the truth in my audience. My audience, then I've got to get my audience back into it. I can't lie to my audience with a field Negro on my show. Now, them two house Negroes, which one is, drunk. Yeah, we're going to touch that a little bit. But John Justice, I'm seriously, man, I'll come on your show. I'll be, you know what? I promise, John. Let me come on your show. I'll be nice. I'll give your audience what they want. I'll lie. I swear, I'll lie. I will not tell not one truth on your show. That's what it takes. That's what it takes. That's why y'all don't see me no more on any of these platforms, because it's not the people. No, I'm telling you the truth. It's not the radio host. It's their inner circle. Their inner circle. They don't want the truth. Seriously, they don't want the truth. That's why you don't see me no more. Oh, you shouldn't have Reverend on there no more. Yeah, he don't know what he's talking about, because I'm telling the truth. Because I'm telling the truth. So, John, I'm no, seriously, man. You're down a black man for a while, because he ain't coming out. So let's do this real quick. So I know I'm going to get to this. I swear I will get to this. What's cracking me up about this whole situation is, and again, let me say this here, because I don't want people running off. Oh, well, Walter, he was hitting Walter while he was down. I'm not hitting Walter while he was down. I've always given Walter I've told y'all over and over and over. Period. One of the reasons I'm even where I am right now. Hey, John, what's going on, bro? I didn't see you, man. Sorry. He said, no lies, Rev. The people don't want the truth, John. No, I'm dead serious, bro. I'm dead serious. I can sit here and name you people who put mics in my face. And then when I did not do what they want me to do, when I was telling the truth, when I was telling them what was going on and things, the mics dried up. Not because of them, because of their audience. These people don't want, no, brother, listen to me when I say this. These people do not want the truth. They don't. And the reason they don't bring me on anymore is because they got to protect their pockets. They got to protect, they can't have people, if you bring Rev on, I'm serious. This is what I read on one of their things. If you bring the Rev on anymore, I'm gonna stop listening to you. I'm not gonna listen to you anymore. There's no reason for you to have him on. And I'm sitting there going, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just telling you how things go and what I see. You got these people sitting on their mics in studios. Ain't never been in anywhere near Minneapolis. You got boneheads living way out in Timbuktu, talking about Minneapolis, talking about St. Paul, talking about areas they never been to. And the crap that they say about these areas are just not true. But their audience love to hear that crap. The audience love to hear that crap. They love to hear untruths because it makes them feel good. And all of a sudden they bring me on and I start telling them the truth. There was a podcast, a radio podcast that I was on. I used to be on. Watch this. True story. Radio podcast I used to be on. Just last week, they were talking about the homeless. Talking about, the home, how the homeless can't be taken care of and all this here type of stuff, right? And I said, well, I got an idea. Why don't where the homeless come from? Because you can't have a homeless in Elk River. You can't have homeless in Plymouth. You can't have homeless in Maple Grove. You can't have homeless in Zimmerman. You can't have homeless in Woodbury. You can't have homeless in Edina. You can't have homeless in Burnsville. You can't have homeless in Lakeville. So all of those homeless people who are downtown right now in Minneapolis, that's from other places, let's clear them out and send them back. See, they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want the truth, people. This is what I'm telling you. I am everything these radio hosts hate. Hate truth. That's why John Justice will not bring me on his show. Because John knows if I come on there and start telling the truth, his audience are going to get pissed because they're not used to the truth. Period. Point blank, bro. I know that and John knows that. That's why John was like, I can't bring this dude back on. I'll show you the picture. I got a picture. Me standing right next to John. I've been on his show. But then when I start telling John, you know what? I don't want to hear your two puppets, your two little black puppets on your show talking about the black community ever again. And if I hear it, I'm going to call in and I'm going to get on you. Walter Hudson and A.K. Camaro don't have a damn thing to do with the black community. Nothing. So if I hear them two talking about the black community, you damn right, I'm going to call them out. Because they don't do nothing. They don't help in nothing. They don't come down there. You don't see them anywhere. Well, A.K. Camaro drives and delivers through the community, probably with his windows up, with a around it, and he done went through the as fast because he don't understand the black culture. So how you gonna talk about the black culture on some white man's radio show? How? So that's what I told Justice. You gonna talk about the black culture? Right here. If you don't want the truth, I don't want to hear you talking about it. So that's why you will never hear me on John Justice radio show. Because John Justice don't want the truth. And many other radio outlets don't want the truth. They just don't. Just like with the another perfect example, Alpha News. I showed you the interview I did on Alpha News. I was on Alpha News a couple of times. Alpha News just don't want the truth because they know they put crap out and I can go, that's not true, Alpha News. And you know that's not true. And this is why it's not true because I can correct them. They don't like to be correct. They like to give their audience what their audience want. Don't have to be the truth. It don't have to be the truth. This is what their audience want. This is what they're craving. And in order for them to keep money in their pocket, they got to keep doing it. I don't care. Nobody pays. Matter of fact, like I told you, I just paid for this thing. It cost me $400 and some odd a year to be able to sit here and talk to you guys. To give you the truth, to bring you the truth, to show you the truth. Y'all not paying my bills, so I don't have to lie to you. I don't have to lie to you. John Justice audience love to hear lies, and they will pay his bills so he can lie for them. Period, point blank. Those are facts. You can get mad at me if you want. If you're a Justice fan, John Justice fan, here, hit delete, block. See ya. Peace. But that's a fact. That's the truth, and y'all know it. That's why they don't like me. So, no, you ain't going to hear. I told John, I'm free. Matter of fact, John, I'm free all this week, brother. I'm free. Open the door. Let me in. Anyway, let's deal with this here real quick because I want to make sure that I take care of everybody tonight. It's a Monday. I probably won't be here the rest of this week because, like I said, we started baseball. I got to get my grandson in the cage, so that's going to be this here week. That's going to be this week. We will probably have him hitting, and so you probably won't see me much. But here we go. So this dude, his name is Young. I don't know if he's a black dude. I don't think this is a black. I honestly, I really don't think this is a black man. I think this is one of those. Hold on. I think this is one of those accounts where you got a white person. Hold on. This is supposed to be him. So this is the guy that I'm talking to tonight. Oh, what just happened? So I think what we probably got, and I may be wrong, but I'm just going to go out on a limb. Okay, so this is supposed to be the guy who sent me a get up. All right. So this is what he's saying. Okay. Hold on. Let me make sure. I want to make sure I answer everything he had to say here. So what happened was, tell you what happened. So Isaac Hayes III was talking about the switch and when the switch happened, the Southern strategy and things of that sort, right? So I laughed because the dude said the party. He said the party never switched. So I laughed at that. I thought that was pretty funny, right? So instead of him coming back and talking about the party and talking about the switch or something like that, these black so-called Republicans do what they always do, right? They always go back to Democrats, always. So this is what he sent back to me. He said, "Demo KKK rats are still killing black people with their bad policies." And then he said, he named what he said. He said abortions, shooting, obesity, and drug overdose. Okay. So here's what I've got a question for everybody who does this. I'm around a lot of black people. And you know what I've never seen? I've never seen white Democrats go get a bunch of black women who are pregnant and take them to the abortion clinics. I've never seen that. I have never seen that. I have never seen any pamphlets saying, if you're black and you're a Democrat, because we're Democrats, we want to kill your babies. I've never seen that. I've never seen any point in time that white Democrats forcing black women to get an abortion. I'm just saying, I'm telling you what I've never seen. But it's funny, anytime we talk about black people and we talk about Republicans, we always have to put in there abortions. Oh, black women getting all of these abortions. But I've never seen a busload of black women get off a bus at an abortion clinic and all of these abortions are happening. I'm just saying, I've never seen the Democrats force black women into getting abortions. So it's funny to me when y'all do this. Black women get abortions because that's what they want to do. Black women are not getting abortions because the Democrats are telling them to get abortions. Correct? White liberal women are not going door to door, knocking on black women's door, going, "Are you pregnant? Would you like an abortion?" I've never, what I'm telling you, I have never seen that. So young Republican and black, that's who he say he is here. Okay, so I don't know if this is a, one of those. I don't know if this is one of those accounts where a white person get a black person's face. Right? This is who I'm talking to. So when you put this stuff out there like this, can you please show me where the Democratic Party is forcing black women, because that's who you're talking about here. Show me where in some type of article, I'll even take Wikipedia, but show me in some type of article where the white Democrats are forcing black women. Holy smoke, did an hour just go? Oh, no, sorry. That these white women, these white Democrats are forcing these black women to have these abortions. Please show me that. Okay, so if you're going to put that out there. Then he says shootings. I haven't seen a white person, whether they're a Democrat or Republican, come into the black community and shoot a 15, 16, 17, or 18-year-old. I have not seen that. So if that's going on in your area, please let us know about it. But here in Minnesota, white people are not shooting black people. Black people here in Minnesota are shooting black people. Now, the churches and the schools, white men are shooting white people. But as far as Democrats, I haven't seen a Democrat, white, if that's what you're trying to say here, shooting anybody black. That's what I'm just going over what you're saying here. You're saying the Democrats are still killing black people with their bad policies. That's what you said. And you put on there abortions, shooting, and then you got here obesity. Here in Minnesota, I can only speak for Minnesota. I can speak for Tennessee, where I'm from. You know why there's no good grocery stores where black people can go and buy healthy food in the area, in black people area? Here in Minnesota, I can show you, because it's a food desert. They can't keep them open because black people are stealing out of the store. So, but they have Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's, Taco Bell, and other soul food places right there. But they don't have a place they can go buy vegetables because they had to close the stores down because they can't keep them open. So when you say obesity, is it not the parents? Like my two boys, I made sure that they were in sports and they ran around. My wife made sure that they ate well, healthy. They got the things they needed to do. We made sure that they went to the dentist and to the doctor. So no Democrat hurt my kids in obesity. I got friends who has kids. I got friends who have kids. I got friends who have grandkids like I got. They're not obese. So how is black people being obese, how is that a Democrat problem? If we got together in our neighborhood, which we can't, especially here in Minnesota, you can't get, listen. I can't even get a meeting. I can't even get black folks for a meeting in Minnesota. I'm not kidding you. No, you can't. So when you sit here and you say this, it's Democrats, that's a damn lie. It's us. It's black folks, period, point blank. You can't put something together with people who can't even get in a room with you. You can't sit down with black folks. I'm not kidding. Y'all think I'm joking? I'm not joking. How many times I tried to open the church to get black folks in so we can sit down, have a town hall, talk about going into politics, talk about how many times. Nobody shows up. Black folks don't give a damn. I'm being totally honest with you. I know that hurts when I say that, but that's the damn truth. I cannot get black people to sit down to talk about marching up to the Capitol to make a difference, to make something happen for us. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. So when you talk about obesity, I'm not blaming the Democrats for that. That's us. That's us not fighting to get food into our community. And when we get food into our community, making sure everybody in the community realize this is our only place to go. Don't steal and rob and hurt the community. Y'all doing this. So, no, obesity. Then you said drug overdose. Really? Really? It's the Democrats' fault that our people, watch this. That's why I don't listen to Jay-Z. I will never, Jay-Z will never get a dime of my money. Jay-Z would polluted his own damn community. Jay-Z wasn't made by the Democrats. There's a woman in my hometown, Memphis, the biggest drug mule in the state of where we're from. That woman was responsible. When you talk about, hold on, watch this, bro. Watch this, though. Let's do this here. So when you talk about abortions, let's also talk about how many people died of drug overdoses because of this woman that Donald Trump pardoned. Okay, let's talk about the overdose. Let's talk about people like Freeway Ricky Ross, who polluted his community with drugs. Let's talk about a Jay-Z. Jay-Z black as I am. Jay-Z. Black as I am. The woman who polluted Memphis, Tennessee with drugs is black as I am. Freeway Ricky Ross is black as I am. So when we're talking about overdose, when we're talking about drugs, we do that to ourselves. I'm not blaming nobody else for what we do to us. You're sitting there, oh, it's the Democrats. Democrats ain't forcing black women to get abortions. Democrats ain't shooting little 16, 17-year-old black kids. Democrats are not shoving fast food down these black kids' faces. The Democrats are not making black people sell drugs to their brothers and their sisters. Get out of here with that crap. We do that to ourselves. Get out of here with that crap. Black folks ain't Democrats. Black folks do that. That 13-year-old boy, that 16-year-old boy that shot that 11-year-old boy a while back here because that 11-year-old boy pulled out a gun on him and so he shot him first. Those two black boys. You can't tell me that them parents of them kids, black kids that's running around here, because I can tell you they do know that their kids got guns. I can tell you these black mom and dads do know that their kids selling drugs on the corner. They drive right by them. They ain't just standing there with friends. Come on, bro. The very little kids, when I'm telling them, here it is a Saturday night, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm telling them to go home because you're getting in trouble and they cursing me out. Talk about that's the Democrats' fault? We know our kids need help bad. Our kids, matter of fact, just the other day, bro, there was almost 100 kids over in Crystal, Minnesota, causing flat out no ifs, ands, or but trouble. Causing all kinds of trouble over there. 100 kids, 100 plus. Our kids, us. Because it's spring break, because they ain't got nothing to do. But you know what we don't do as black people, as a black community? You know what I've tried to do in my community? Open my church up, bro. So we can have town halls, so we can talk about it, so we can write down solutions, ways that we can help our kids. You know what happens? Black folks don't show up, brother. Listen to me what I'm telling you. Black folks don't show up. You know how many times I've tried to get together a group of black folks to march up to the Capitol with me so we can start knocking on doors, brother? Black folks don't show up. So no, it's not the Democrats. It's us. And when this summer rolls around and these kids are shooting and killing and beating each other and causing trouble and breaking into cars and hijacking people and stealing cars, that's not the Democrats, brother. That's us. That's black folks. I'm telling you what I know, bro, because I'm out there every single day. Well, I wasn't there today. I've been fighting with this dang on whatever tree. I got to get these roots out of the ground. I can't cut down these farm tree. I don't know what the tree stupid thing is. They died. They were beautiful when we first moved here. It was green and luscious, and then all of a sudden they started turning colors and they died. And the wife was like, "I got to cut that. That's my on to-do list." So that's what I was doing today. I was out there cutting those damn things out. What I'm saying point blank is this here. We got kids that can't read, brother. My wife, I did every once in a while. I put in my time. Now, bedtime stories, we read to my kids every single night. And then when they start understanding the book, guess what? They start reading. My grandson. My grandson is in 7th grade. My grandson is in the 7th grade taking college courses. 7th grade. Honor roll student. Wish I had the get up to show you. You know why? Because we make sure that he's fed, he goes to bed, he's in the band, baseball team, the whole nine. Matter of fact, we had to pay him $95. I had to pay him $95 for his grades because he almost got all A's. Yeah, I pay him for his grades. You bring your report cards to Papa, and you done good. You get paid. I had to pay him $95, and then because he made honor roll, I had to pay him $100. But you know what? We got kids that's in the 9th, 10th, and 11th, and the 12th grade. And the reason I know is because I'm a Sunday school teacher. When I gave the pamphlets to some of my kids, they can't even read it. They don't read. I can give it to my grandson. He'll sit there and read the whole thing. That ain't Democrats, bruh. That's us. That's us. Because we're not pressing the Democrats. Pressing. They get our votes. Right? This is the reason why I've been telling y'all. I've been pushing for years for a third party. If you want my vote, if we get a third party as black people, the Democrats and Republicans have to sit in front of us and give us a reason why. Nope. You highest bidder. That's who get our vote. You right, bro. I agree with everybody, every black person who like Nick Cannon running off at the mouth. Don't know what he's talking about. Young kid. Saying something just to be cool. But I agree with them. I agree that you know what we should not do? We shouldn't vote for Democrats. Unless they decide. Because here in Minnesota, Democrats ain't done a damn thing for black folks. What they do, here's what Democrats do here in Minnesota. All of these nonprofits, this is the reason why I wish I was lieutenant governor. I would shut down every damn nonprofit. Everyone. Every single nonprofit. If you get money for the government, cut it off. I would love to be the nonprofit lieutenant governor czar. I handle the nonprofits. I know who get money and who couldn't get money. That's what the Democrats do here, right? Democrats go by a black church and they'll get that black church all its money. And you know how black pastors are. They got to get their shoes first. They got to get their suit. They got to get their chain. They got to get their rings. And then they got to get their cars. And then they got to get their wife a car. And if they got kids, the kids got to get a car. The wife got to get some nice dresses. So whatever's left off after that, after they pay their bills at the church, then it gets passed on somewhat to the community. And usually that means zero. That's why North Minneapolis look the way it does. Democrats have bought the biggest black church in North Minneapolis, and they don't really give a damn. That's not Democrats, that's us. That's us. Not going to blame the, as you put it, the Demo KKK rats. Not blaming them. No, done with that, bro. We do this. We do this. And the thing, and let me tell you the sad part about it, my friend, it's not going to change because there's not enough black folks that wants it to change. It's not enough black folks that wants to get up and actually do something and make a difference. And then the ones that do, they only out to get a buck. They only out to get a, yeah, y'all, look. I'm gonna give you a perfect example of something. If y'all think that Target boycott has any damn thing to do with the black community, we got this lake here called Minnetonka. Well, I got some land to sell you on Lake Minnetonka. Because I can tell you right now, I asked a simple question, and they still ain't answered my question. If Target writes a check, which that's what Target will probably end up doing, who gets the check? The same players? Who gets the check? Can Rev get a couple of them down? Because y'all fund my. Anytime I need to do something for the homeless, you guys do that. I want some of this Target money. So I need to know, but they ain't answer me. They won't answer me. They won't answer me because they know I'm on to them. They know exactly that I know what they're doing, what this is about. This ain't about the damn community. It's about who can get how we can get a check from Target. And if Target is stupid enough to write the check, then that's on them. That's on them. That's what we do, man. So you can blame the Democrats all you want. But I'm blaming what I see. What I see, what I deal with, what I go through, who I deal with, right? At the end of the day. So, my grandfather, Memphis, Tennessee, one of the things I did like doing was sitting down and listen to him talk about this and that and how things was when he was growing up. You know, my grandfather grew up in segregation. My grandfather grew up to where, white woman coming, like he was saying. But when my grandfather grew up, he was saying when, white woman coming down the sidewalk, as a black man, he had to get off of the sidewalk. My grandfather grew up when black people in the Republican Party was aligned. They were fighting for the same things. That's why my grandfather, that's why he was a Republican, because he believed in the values of that, at time, that Republican Party. My grandfather did not switch over. My grandfather died a Richard Nixon voting Republican. But even my grandfather said that the racist took over the Republican Party. He said, but the values that he believed in was conservative. Some of the things that's going on in the Democratic Party right now, if my grandfather was alive, he would blow a gasket because he was old school. Now, Nick and all you others can sit there and lie to yourselves, and that's cool. And this, I told y'all, there's a certain amount of people in America that likes to be lied to. You have to lie to them in order for them to feel good or go about themselves. And if you don't want to do, which they never do, this is another thing that those type people who listen to John Justice's show don't do, is research. Research. You ain't getting them to research nothing. Nothing. They believe what's in their little bubble, right? They believe it. But you take some time and go look into who Barry Goldwater was. Really, I studied him. I've studied Barry Goldwater up and down, in and out, try to understand. Go and invest in some time into the Southern Strategy. Lee Atwater. Nick Cannon. See, because Nick Cannon can say what he said, and white folks are going to love him to death. Nick Cannon's going to be the new mega face. And he knew that. Nick Cannon knew what he was doing. And like I told you guys, and I'll say it again because it happened to me. I was offered a radio spot, but I would have to be like Nick Cannon. I would have to do what Amber Rose did, Nicki Minaj. I would have to be a Byron Madonna. I'd have to be a Tim Scott. I would have to be like A.K. Kamara and Walter Hudson. I would have to drop who I am as a black man and my blackness to appease John Justice's audience. And I just could not do it. I couldn't do it. Money isn't that important to me. Because, see, I serve a God, a really good God, that whatever I need, he supplies that. So I don't have to chase a bag. And I don't have to go. And I'm not ever trying to be rich. We are comfortable. My wife and I are comfortable. If you guys want to do something for me, because one of the poles on my grandkids' trampoline broke, and we can't replace the dang on poles. So guess what? I got to go buy a brand new trampoline. The trampoline costs $715. Now, if you want to contribute to the trampoline, I'll definitely appreciate it. But I'm not going to make my money pissing on my people. Just not going to do it for nobody. I'm not going to lie on my community to appease another community. The funny thing, just like Candace Owens. Y'all loved Candace. Candace Owens was the best thing to ever happen. Man, I fought people about 2 years ago. I mean, we were going round. I would go round and around with people telling me how great Candace Owens is. And Candace Owens is the best thing since sliced bread and everything she said. And this woman ain't never been in the black community. But she was out here calling herself speaking for the black community. Ain't never done nothing for the black community. I told y'all about Candace Owens years ago. I showed you the picture of me in Candace Owens' face saying to Candace Owens, the next time you piss on black folks, here's my card. I need you to come back here to Minneapolis, Minnesota and walk the streets. I ain't never heard from Candace Owens. I ain't never seen Candace Owens from that day on. But for y'all white folks, Candace Owens was the bee's knees. And look at her now. Y'all hate this woman. Why? Because she stopped pissing on black people. Get out of here. Get out of here. Y'all know exactly why y'all stop hating this woman. See, I couldn't go on John Justice show and tell the truth because his audience don't want that. They want me to lie. They want me to lie. Half of John's show is him just feeding people whatever it is they want to hear, whatever he wants to make up. John can say he saw an alien last night, and everybody on there be asking him if the alien got big googly eyes. No, those are facts. I know, like I said, I know y'all don't like the truth, but I'm just telling you. As long as Candace Owens was pissing on the black community, y'all paid her. Y'all made Candace Owens rich. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I fought for years with people over Candace Owens. Y'all made her rich. White folks paid that woman handsomely. That Officer Tatum dude, y'all made him rich. The Hodges twins, y'all made them rich. Anybody that pissed on black folks, I probably wouldn't have been rich, but I guarantee you, the way that the things were being set up, I probably would have been driving an F-150 5 years ago, because this was 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, I was made that offer. You can't tell me I wouldn't have been driving a 150 or at least a 250 with dualies on it, with it sitting up about this high. I could have, but it wasn't worth it to me. It wasn't worth it to me. I like to sleep at night. And when I go to sleep, I like to sleep well. I don't want to wake up knowing that I got a conscience. I don't want God looking down on me going, that's not good money, man. Those 30 pieces of silver is not good money. Now, other black folks that look like me but don't have our culture, they'll take that money. They'll put that money in their pocket. When you don't understand the culture and you don't care about the culture, I'll sell out a dime. I'll be a good house Negro. Yes, sir, massa. James said Barry Goldwater was the most extreme Republican in 1960 that actually was chosen to run it. Yeah, he was. Barry Goldwater. I don't think people, because we don't talk about Barry Goldwater enough. And that's why I brought him up tonight. Barry Goldwater was the standard for the Republican Party. Look who Barry Goldwater was. Ronald Reagan did a speech and he endorsed Barry Goldwater. Barry Goldwater is the standard, not Ronald Reagan. People like to say, "Oh, I'm a Reagan Republican." No. When you hear that, when you hear them Republicans talk like that or say that, Barry Goldwater will always be the standards for the Republican Party, because that's when the Republican Party put a stamp on their name. So listen, people, this is all I'm saying. Please, ma'am and sir. Number one, go listen. I've listened to YouTube. I love YouTube. But I've listened to Barry. I've just sat there in a chair with my phone, and I've listened to Barry 30-minute speeches, 45-minute speeches, hours. Barry Goldwater. I've listened to that. I've listened to all of that. Go, Barry here, watch this here. Barry Goldwater is, you know who Bull Connor is? No. Y'all need to go and do your research. Go do your research on Bull Connor and Barry Goldwater. And then come back and say, okay, Rev, I get it or I don't get it. But you need to understand who the Republican Party is. The Republican Party is Barry Goldwater. It ain't Trump. Trump is only doing what Barry Goldwater taught everybody else to do. It's not Reagan. Reagan is only doing what Barry Goldwater taught everybody else to do. It's not either one of the Bushes. The Bushes only did what Barry Goldwater taught everybody else to do. Go look him up. Do your damn research. Period, point blank, people. Those are facts. That's the truth. I know. I'm pissed. That's why I was sitting there looking at my numbers going, they should be dropping in a few minutes. Because people just do not, they just don't like the truth. And I'm going to show you here's how I know the Republicans have problems with the truth here in the state of Minnesota. Watch this. True story. True story. I can go to some of their accounts and pull them up and show you. So they had a No Kings rally here in the state of Minnesota. And you know what the biggest problem that the Republicans had? George Wallace. Thank you, James. George Wallace was another one. Look up. Hold on. I'm gonna get back to that. Bull Connor. Write this down. Bull Connor, George Wallace, and Barry Goldwater. Look them up. Look them up. Do your research on those people. When he signed that 1964 and 65 civil rights bill, when the racist Republicans were like, screw this. You trying to get these Negroes something, we going over here to the Republican. That's what happened. And they went over there and they started hanging out. And look at the South. Look at Bull Connor won the South. Barry Goldwater won the South. He won all of the South. All of them states, Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama. All of them states down there. All of them racist states where they hung black people for sport. They shot at black people for sport. Barry Goldwater won those. And look at the South today. Who do they vote for at a high number? Why? Come on, people. That is the truth. Think about it. So when Nick Cannon and the rest of these flubs tell y'all, talk to y'all, and say these things, ask them for the truth. That's the problem. Nick is not going to tell you the truth. You know why? He don't want to be canceled. He don't want you all that he's trying to get you on board. So he's going to sit here and say, yeah, the Democrats were the KKK. See, I don't sit there and say that. Because if a Democrat, true story, if a Democrat and a Republican walked in a room, you really couldn't tell the difference. You'd sit there and go, oh, they white people. So we can sit here and say Democrats did this and Democrats did that all we want. But they were white people that hung black people. We know that. But the Republicans here in Minnesota is having a hard time dealing with the fact that there was a protest. And in that protest, there's a lot of people, black folks that start coming out. Now, I went, and I have never seen, well, I can't say that. It was awesome to see that crowd be as diverse as it was. And the Republicans don't want to talk about that. Republicans want to talk about the number. They pissed because they got the number as almost 100,000, close to 150,000 people. It was so many people out there. I don't know what the number is. I have no clue. I don't think anybody have a clue, to be totally honest with you. But there was so many people out there. It was unbelievable. But here's the deal. The people out there were diverse. It was a diverse. You can't, look, I'll give you a bathroom in the high school. And I'll tell the Republicans, put a diverse crowd of people in this bathroom. And they couldn't do it here in Minnesota. You ain't never. I want you to go to Kendall Quall's page. I want you to go to Lisa Dumas' page. I want you to go to Phil Parrish's page. I want you to go to everybody who's running for governor on the Republican side. No, seriously, I'm giving you another homework. Because like I said, I can when I talk about things, it's because I can give you what it's going to take for you to see it. Whether you want to believe it or understand it or not, that's up to you. But what I give you, I can guarantee you. But I want you to go to these people's page, these Republicans. And what I want you to look at their page is the pictures that they're taking. And you show me one picture from the Republican Party of a diverse crowd of people. One. I just need one. Show me. You can't. You can't. Because, see, the Republicans still got this mindset that white folks here in Minnesota wins because white folks win their little districts. White folks win because that's all they know how to talk to. These Republicans don't know how to talk to brown and black people. They have no clue how to talk to us. And then when someone comes in to try to help them understand it, Scott Jensen, that was my job with Scott Jensen. When Scott Jensen and Matt Burt was running, my job was to teach them how to talk to black folks. That's what I was doing for them on the campaign. How do we talk to the black community? Because we don't know how. Lisa Dumas has no clue how to talk to the black community. Let's be right here. Lisa don't have a clue. Eh? Kendall Qualls, no. Philip Parrish, no. And all these other so-called Republicans. Now, I'm going to tell you who if I was one of these, if I was a Republican, watch this. If I was a Republican running for governor, Representative Peggy Bennett, she's running for governor. She's not going to win. But if I was one of the other ones who was running, I would scoop her up as lieutenant governor. This woman, I was impressed. I didn't even really know who she was. She didn't know me. Well, she said she heard some things I've been saying. But I had the opportunity to sit down with her. I had the opportunity to talk to her. I had the opportunity to teach her some stuff that she didn't know. If I was one of them people, I would get her. She was a school teacher at one time. And she really wants to make a difference. Really. She really wants to make a difference. Peggy Bennett. Listen to y'all. Look her up, people. She's a Republican rep. I spent like 2.5 hours with her. Sitting talking to her. I'm very impressed with her. I wish the party could see her and understand she is what the party needs. They need to go in her direction. She's not hard, but she's not soft. But I think she is that missing piece that the Republican Party need, but the Republican Party can't. They can't bring themselves, because a lot of people in the Republican Party are Barry Goldwaters. That's what's stopping the Republicans from moving forward here in the state of Minnesota. That's exactly what's stopping them. The base. If it wasn't for that base, if the Republicans 1 year would say, screw this base, I understand, but we got to go forward. Screw the base, we got to go forward. If they would drop their base and just say, let's go. If they would leave things alone, like they got this Tea Party, and I used to go to their get up. Only thing that little Tea Party that they have these meetings. That's just a Klan meeting. That's all that is. That's all that is. They need the Republican Party, and the conservatives, because I don't see the Republicans and the conservatives as the same thing. No. You got the MAGA, you got the Republican Party, and you got conservatives. Right? If the MAGA, if all three of them left the Tea Party alone, they left the MAGA alone, and they left their base alone, and just go, for right now, this is what we're doing. We're forging forward. They would probably have a chance in the state of Minnesota. Yeah, James, I laughed at that too. They call them the Freedom Caucus. The Freedom Caucus with Eric Lucero. That Hispanic cracks me up. He tries so hard to try to make. And this is what I'm gonna show you something. If you don't believe me, you can go look at him for yourself. His name is Eric Lucero. Talking about somebody who's trying to run away from who they are. Anytime you join, they call it assimilation. That's what the Republicans like to call it. That's not what I call it. You have to strip yourself down, your dignity, your identity, your heritage, and anything about your race. You have to completely act like it's not important. Eric Lucero is a Hispanic who tries as hard as he possibly can to be as white as he possibly can be. He do. That's why I could never fit in. Like I said, I could never fit in with the Republicans. I ain't giving up a damn thing. I'm a black man. I'm a proud. I love me some me. I love looking in the mirror, unlike some other black folks, and seeing this chocolate skin. Jane Brown said it. I'm black and I'm proud. Say it loud. Martin Luther King said, I'm black and I'm beautiful. Just like Malcolm X said, who taught you to hate yourself? Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate your nose? Who taught you to hate your lips? Ain't nobody taught me. They taught me to love me some Reverend Tim Christopher. Love me some me. I ain't never gonna ever give up me. Ever. Because I love, and you know who else love me some me? God. God. And if this is how he made me, I don't have to look in the mirror and say, God, I don't like what I look like. I'm going to go over to the Republican Party and I'm going to drop everything it is about me and I'm going to assimilate. Eric Lucero. He said, Johnny, if they just listen to the community and the people, they may be a thing. But until then, hey, dude, I've told y'all have no clue how many Republicans that I've talked to. Y'all don't know. If you knew that I've given them the keys. I've showed them how to do it. I showed them what to say. I showed them how to say it. And it's not that I don't like the Democratic Party. That's not what I'm talking about. I do it because I believe black folks have to start knocking on other doors also. Because the Democrats ain't done a damn thing. They ain't named something that the Democrats have done for. I'll wait. Name something they done for black folks. Not that, and don't get me wrong. Not that I know how people see that when I say that. Well, why does it have to be just about black folks? Because we're hurting right now. We're hurting real bad. We're hurting worse than what people think that we are. We don't have a Maple Grove and an Arden and an Amber Lakes, and our kids, like your kids over there, don't have a place to work and don't have a way to make money and things of that sort. We're hurting. So the Democrats hadn't tried to bring jobs anywhere near North Minneapolis. The Democrats hadn't tried to fix up Broadway or bring in something. The adults are fighting the kids for the fast food jobs over there. What the hell? You know, let me tell you what the Democrats have done? They built a pool over there, a $5 million pool. Democrats ain't done nothing else. Like I said, they come in, they buy parts of the community, they buy the people in the community, they dump money to those people in the community, and that's it. But the Democrats really, at the end of the day, they ain't done a damn thing. Democrats are up there writing bills and some of everything else right now to make sure that white kids are not being shot and killed, while black kids are being shot and killed in the streets every single day. I don't see one Democrat. You don't ever hear when they listen to Ron Latz. There's not one damn time that the Democrats and Ron Latz has said anything about the black kids who have lost their lives in the streets of Minneapolis. Not one damn time. The black folks, Democrats, who call themselves lawmakers, don't talk about the black kids who are dying in the streets, that will die in the streets come this summer. Well, they dying in the streets now, but it's going to be worse this summer. You don't hear black Democrats saying a damn thing about that, do you? Name one in Minnesota. Name me one black lawmaker that's a Democrat that is out here fighting. You hear saying, I want to put this bill down to help the street, what's going on? None. And the white Democrats, they don't give a damn about black people killing themselves. So it's not about hating the Democrats. It's not about hating the Democrats. It's about giving a different angle, somebody to see something. Maybe the Republicans will come in and go, you know what? We see black kids killing each other. Maybe we want to do something. I keep trying to make the Republicans understand that. You want to get into the community? There's so much that they could do. They could come in and say, we want to help here in the community. We want to do this here for the community. Hell, we want to make sure that these young black women, right? Dude was talking about abortion. Why can't the Republicans come in and go, well, we want to help with natal care. We want to help make sure these black women are getting the nutrition that they need, that the black kids are getting. There's so many things. I've given them a list that the Republicans can come into the black community and say they want to help, they want to push. They can't. You know why? Because their base is full of Barry Goldwaters. The very people who did not want the Civil Rights Act passed are the very people who are telling their district Republicans, we don't want you helping them Negroes. That's why the Republican Party do not come into the black community. Period, point blank. Let's be real. Because the Republicans are afraid that if they start messing with, dealing with, touching, talking to black folks, guess what's going to happen? They're going to lose the vote. Their very Goldwater members will not like them. Hello. Bobby Champion represents. Well, Esther represents North Minneapolis, all of North Minneapolis. And no, my friend James, they don't talk to me. You know what? I had Bobby. I said, Bobby, I need to meet with you. I need to have a talk with you. Bobby Champion. Now I can call these Republicans up and they'll sit down with me for hours. Like I said, I just had a 2.5 hour meeting with Representative Peggy Bennett. I called Bobby Champion, a black man. And you know, Bobby Champion is the president of the Senate. Black man. Bobby Champion is in CD5. Bobby Champion is in the blackest district in the Bobby Champion's little Paige, or whatever you want to call her, hits me up and said, Bobby got 15 minutes for you. Bobby can kiss my ass. This Negro said he got 15 minutes. I fed when this Negro was riding around in his BMW doing nothing for his community. My whole parking lot of my church, I turned into a place for his people to come eat. And this Negro never stopped by at one time. See, Bobby Champion don't ever have to worry about, because ain't nobody going to run against Bobby, because nobody wants that area. Nobody wants that is the worst in all. Listen to me, in all of Minnesota. That is the worst area in Minnesota, Bobby Champion's district, and Bobby knows that. And you would think Bobby Champion would do something for the black community. Bobby Champion don't do a damn thing, and then he want to sit here and tell me I can meet with him for 15 minutes. Bobby Champion can kiss my ass. 15 minutes. So no, James, the Democrats don't deal with me. I'm going to tell you who do. Cedric do. Representative Cedric Frazier. I've sat down and had lunch and dinner and breakfast with Cedric. No problem. But see, Cedric Frazier is one of those people that if you're not in his little atmosphere, if you're not in his little echo chamber. So Cedric Frazier is the guy who has all of the little gun town halls, right? But here's the thing with Cedric is you have to speak Cedric's language, and you got to say what Cedric and everybody else in the room wants to say. That's why I'm never invited to be on the panel. But I usually come into the room and let Cedric know your little echo chamber you got going on here is the reason why nothing ever gets done. Everybody in the room says the same thing, James. John. There is no difference in what they're saying. Nothing. Nothing. Because that's how they want it. They don't want to hear from someone who fights for my right to own a firearm. They're trying to get rid of these firearms. So why would they want to hear sense? Why would they want to hear truth? The Democrats are the same way. The Democrats don't want the truth. So Cedric, black man, a representative, a Democrat, instead of going, hey, Rev, we want you to sit on here and you can talk about what you know about guns and talk about this gun, that gun. Cedric let this dude in front of me lie about skeet shooting and talking about poison getting all on people and people dying of poison from trapping skeet. He let him lie. And I'm sitting there going, I'm going to see if anybody say anything. Sure enough, nobody said nothing. It's an echo chamber. That's what they do. That's what the Democrats do. That's why us black folks got to get from up under these Democrats. Period, point blank. I know you're a Democrat, James, and I know you hate hearing black folks talk like that. But when they ain't doing their job, James, I can't deal with them, man. That's why I walked away from the when Barack Obama lied. He lied. Barack Obama, that Negro, lied. That's when I knew I was done with the Democrats. Done. I had given everybody a shot. I gave the Republicans a shot. I gave the Democrats a shot. I gave them all a shot, James. It's not like I when I talk about the Republicans and the Democrats, not like it's if I didn't vote for them people. I voted for Bush. I didn't vote for the Daddy Bush because Daddy Bush, he did the Willie Horton ad. If y'all don't know, if y'all ain't never seen it, hold on. Write this down. I got you, gave y'all some homework. I want you to look up the George Bush, Daddy Bush. I want you to look up that Willie Horton ad. That was the most racist video, other than when Ronald Reagan put the welfare queen label on the black woman. Ronald Reagan did that. No, Ronald Reagan did that. But Daddy Bush, did the racist Willie Horton ad. Look it up. Look it up. Like I said, I ain't got no reason to lie to you. No reason to lie to you. So I got one thing left, and then I'm done with you. But as far as the No King rally, I can guarantee you the Republicans they're gonna be mad. A funny part about that also is the ones here in Minnesota, they start talking about trash. Oh, look at all the trash that was left. First it was the numbers. Oh, they didn't have that many people. Then they started talking about the trash. What they should be scared of here in Minnesota is how diverse that crowd has gotten from the last rally. The last rally, there wasn't no black people out there because black people was like, we ain't got no reason to go out there. This rally, there's a lot of black people out there. There's a lot of Mexicans out there. There was a lot of Asians was out there. Johnny said the parties are the one poisoning us. Hey, if I can get enough people to understand that and realize that if we come together as people, because this is what I realize that these political people like. No, they very, very well. Your politicians. Money and numbers. If you can get a bunch of people, they listen. You got enough money, they listen. Other than that, one person, me, they don't listen. They don't listen. Democrats ain't gonna listen. So let me say this here. And I've said it before. And somebody asked me a question today. And I'm going to say this here. When I start putting good people around me, when I start inviting good people to be part of my life, I haven't been in any trouble at all. I haven't been in trouble with my family, my kids, with my wife, with my mom, with nobody. I haven't been in any trouble. I've been trouble-free for going on 15, 20 years. Like serious trouble. Now, let me say this here also. You ain't never heard me come on this here thing. You have never heard me talk to anybody or any space that I've ever been in. And I say I was perfect. Ain't never done that. Ain't never done that. I will never say that. Yeah, there was a lot of people. You know what didn't show up? What was awesome though, John? There was nobody there to start trouble, bro. You know, usually they say Antifa and all this here type of stuff. It was just everybody was just having a good time. But I guarantee you, if it had been a little more warmer out there, oh my God, it would have been crazy. It was crazy. But I've never come on here to tell you guys I was perfect. I was never on here to tell you guys I don't make mistakes. I've never said that. I said to you guys, if something ever happens, you guys can sit here and go, well, he did tell us he was flawed. I'm flawed just like everybody else. I am. But like I said before, but what I've learned to do for the past 15, going on 20 years, is try to stay one step ahead of what's bad. And the way that I've done that and what has happened with me is I just don't put bad people in my life. If I shake your hand and I get a bad feeling, more than likely, or if we're together and you and I are having and I just can't, we can't get here, peace. Gotta go. Like I said before, I had friends before that really wasn't my friend. But the people I got in my life now hold me accountable. All of them. Like I said, with my two in church, hold me accountable. If you don't got somebody in your life that's going to hold you accountable, more than likely the people that you have in your life is going to cause you trouble. Sometimes you got to get rid of people that's going to cause you trouble. I'm just saying, you got to let them go. You got to let them go. And if someone tells you somebody is trouble, you got to listen to them before they get you in trouble. Because sometimes you can tell a person. You can see it. If you're around that person long enough, and when that person does something that you go, I got to get away from this person. I can't believe. That's what I did. I was like, anyway, I appreciate y'all. I thank you very much for hanging out with me. Like I said before, I may not be, it's according to how the weather is. I'll put it that way. James said, if you surround yourself with good people, good things will happen. Fly with the eagle or eat with the chickens. You have a choice. That's true, man. And I've learned that, man. I've learned to put good people around me, period, point blank. But this is another thing that I can tell you. You may not have a lot of people around you. My circle is small. I have a small circle of people that I sit and I talk to. I got a small circle of people that I give the opportunity that when I do screw up, and I screw up, do not get me wrong, that they've got a right to say, dude, let's get it back together. See, the problem is a lot of us don't like, and I didn't like it at first. I didn't. I loved it when I had I had a basketball team around me. And that basketball team went down to 3 people. So I'm just saying that, watch the people that you hang out with. Because some will get you in trouble. I'm just saying. Hey, y'all have a good night. I appreciate you. If the weather breaks or something like that, I'll probably be back. If not, I've got a 14. I got a 13-year-old. I got to get him ready for traveling baseball. Again, I thank you very much for hanging out with me. I appreciate each and every one of you. I think I covered everything that I was supposed to cover tonight. Chili, good luck to you. Nick, you need to do some. Nick, Cannon, please, brother, young brother, go do some researches. Go do some research. And for you all, again, like I said before, I gave y'all some homework. I need you guys to look that stuff up. See what's going on. But until then, y'all be good to yourselves and be good to others. Know and realize and understand, like we always in the night, knowing that God is a mighty God. Oh, if you have nothing to do on Good Friday, if you guys have nothing to do on Good Friday, and you need a church just for Good Friday, our service starts at 7 o'clock on Good Friday. We are doing the 7 words. The 7 words. I have the second word. I will be preaching the second words. So if you're not doing anything, you can come by Berean Missionary Baptist Church, 704 30th Avenue North. Don't have to worry about it. Everything will be okay. But if you're looking for a church, you need a place to come to hear a good word on Good Friday, we start at 7, and I'm preaching the good word. I'm preaching that you will be with, I tell you, you will be with me in paradise. I'm preaching off of that. That is my scripture that I'm going to be using. I will be preaching off of that. And I got the second word this year. So if you're not doing anything, please, ma'am and sir, come on by, sit down and enjoy the word. And we'll appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good night. We'll talk to you soon. Peace, my friends. Bye-bye now.